Cut!
Okay.
That's unfortunate. It's a that's unfortunate. It's a shame. I'll see you. Kwabna. A boka. Boka. I'm trying to where's the camp cook here? We can't cook here. We can't.
Okay.
We can't. That's unfortunate. It's a I still have one more task to do. And that is, with all my strength, all my energy, to help the new flag bearer, to help Mamadou Bawumia win the election of 2024. Ghana cannot afford the return of the NDC, especially under the leadership of John Dramani Mahama. I've done my best, but I still have one more task to do. And that is, with all my strength, all my energy, to help the new flag bearer, to help Mamadou Bawumia win the election of 2024. Ghana cannot afford the return of the NDC, especially under the leadership of John Dramani Mahama.
Financing your deficit with huge printing of money from the central bank, and expect your currency to be stable. The fundamentals will not support it. It will not support. Currencies depreciate when the fundamentals are wrong. And the mismanagement of this economy in terms of the fundamentals is what was driving the depreciation of the currency. You can't be running double-digit deficits, double-digit current and fiscal deficits, borrowing to this extent, financing your deficit with huge printing of money from the central bank, and expect your currency to be stable. The fundamentals will not support it. It will not support. Currencies depreciate when the fundamentals.
I've done my best, but I still have one more task to do. And that is, with all my strength, all my energy, to help the new flag bearer, to help Mamadou Bawumia win the election of 2024. Ghana cannot afford the return of the NDC, especially under the leadership of John Dramani Mahama. I've done my best, but I still have one more task to do. And that is, with all my strength, all my energy, to help the new flag bearer, to help Mamadou Bawumia win the election of 2024. Ghana cannot afford the return of the NDC, especially under the leadership of John Dramani Mahama. That's unfortunate. It's a shame. I'll see you. Kwabna. A boka. Poka. We can't compare. We can't.
Okay.
We can't.
Are wrong.
Right.
These depreciate when the fundamentals are wrong.
Right.
And the mismanagement of this economy in terms of the fundamentals is what was driving the depreciation of the currency. You can't be running double-digit deficits, double current account and fiscal deficits, borrowing to this extent, financing your deficit with huge printing of money from the central bank, and expect your currency to be stable. The fundamentals will not support it. They will not support. Currencies depreciate when the fundamentals are wrong.
Right.
And the mismanagement of this economy in terms of the fundamentals is what was driving the depreciation of the currency. You can't be running double-digit deficits, double-digit current and fiscal deficits, borrowing to this extent, financing your deficit with huge printing of money from the central bank, and expect your currency to be stable. The fundamentals will not support it.
Right.
It will not support. Currencies depreciate when the fundamentals.
Undying confidence in me in the periods 2012, 2016, and 2020. That singular, consistent decision has birthed this historic moment we are witnessing tonight. I thank you, Mr. President, for believing in me. When I left Takoradi in 2008, that fateful day, after my outdooring as running mate, to commence my journey in politics, I had the difficult task of convincing a large part of our country to accept the inclusive and truly national character of the new patriotic party. I faced challenges in communities that accepted the decades of propaganda that the MPP was unwelcoming to them. I persevered. I kept going back to those communities, election after election, and with the same message that the MPP is inclusive and ready to work with every Ghanaian, irrespective of tribe or religion. By election 2020, we made significant inroads into the north, taking the majority of seats. Actually, we have equal seats in the old northern region. We also saw increased support throughout the Zongos in the country. In the Volta region, we continued to grow our numbers. It has been a remarkable but difficult journey of preaching
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope we are all good. My name is Fiifi Asante in Mparey, and welcome to today's edition of Touch on the News. What is the news in Ghana? There's so much, isn't it? There's so much in Ghana. We this afternoon going to talk about the NPP primaries. So far, they are elected flag bearer. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, their speeches, and then what we think about these speeches that were made either by the president or by Dr. Bawumia. Is significant, and hence we need to dive into it and also look into some of these important statements that have been made by them. So Dr. Bawumia went head on with Kennedy Ohene Japan. We all know that That is not something new. Bear with me 1 second. Let me take this. Let me take this off my screen. Let me remove these. Okay, super. That's gone. Yes, head on with Kennedy Ohene Ejapon, and then Bawumia emerged as the winner, which was so determined by, as people were saying, or as his oppositions have been saying, by the establishment of the end. They wanted Bawumia to win, hence Bawumia won. Does that bother us as people, as NDC members? I don't think so. Bear with me, my camera. I'm not enjoying what is giving me. It's very hazy, very, very hazy. No, I'm not going to take long. I'll go through this video very, very quickly. I don't really like the resolution of the camera this afternoon, but it is what it is. So let's go through that video like that, and then I will try and get to the bottom of it later on today, sometimes today. I don't know why my video is so hazy, but I can't do much about it at the moment. Let me see. Maybe no, that doesn't help either. Slightly when the camera is tilted, kind of makes it slightly better. Slightly better. Let me go through my video. Sorry, my apologies. Saeed Adams, very good afternoon to you. I hope you well. I hope everybody is also well. He says, long time, very long time, Saeed, isn't it? It's been a while. I haven't seen you online yet. And I've been doing a lot of videos from the Hit Africa channel. So those of you who don't really follow Hit Africa, please try and follow the Hit Africa TV on either YouTube or on Facebook. And then you'll be able to catch myself. And you'll also be able to catch many of other people who do or who does shows on this Hit Africa channels. It's just not me, and I'm just around. I do touch on the news. There are other presenters on that Hit Africa channel as well who also come and do different things. So you can also catch me on my personal page as well, but mostly on Hit Africa. That is where a lot will be done from. So let's listen to the president. It's fascinating, isn't it? I was shocked to hear the president talking about how they don't want NDC to come to power, how he has to use all the energy left in the 1 year to keep NDC to take over power. And I thought, you have 1 year, you have collapsed economy, you have issues all around, you have this voter reverse spillage hanging upon you. You don't even know how to go about it. There are fundamental issues in the country that need resolving. For you to use your energy to deal with those issues, you are rather going to use your energy tackling the NDC, curbing the NDC, not to come to power. I was shocked. I was just shocked. And I'm not surprised. Why am I not surprised? Because these people have soiled themselves. They've done so much damage to themselves to the point that they are scared that the NDC will come to power. Because the NDC comes to power, they are worried a lot of their ministers and the people who help them to put this nation where they are today will be facing the court. And that is what they are dreading. That is the reason why NDC is their biggest nightmare. And the person who is even their most biggest nightmare is John Dramani Mahama. You've just won your primaries. And for you to win your primaries, to actually mount a podium, to stand on that stage and then talk about NDC is fine because you could go head to head with them. But to talk about John Mahama by mentioning his name, that especially John Dramani Mahama, is shocking. It's shocking. Why? Because John Dramani Mahama is their nightmare. They see John Dramani Mahama in their sleeps. They see him in their sleeps. Why? Because Mama has got a record that these people were not able to beat in the first place. And for him to come and make sure things are even done properly for the nation, for Mama to build on his legacy, it's a nightmare for them. It's a nightmare for Akufo-Addo. For Akufo-Addo, President Akufo-Addo, to have the gas to still speak and say things, not realizing the damage and the things that they've done to this country called Ghana, is shocking. It tells you these people don't even know they don't see that they've done anything wrong to Ghanaians. That is where the disrespect even starts from. The disrespect, that is where it starts from. Because to them, they've done nothing to Ghanaians. To them, they've governed well. To them, economy is fine. To them, there's no IMF. To them, there hasn't been any depreciation of the city. To them, bonds and everything else is fine. They haven't collapsed businesses. To them, everything is rosy. And that is worrying. That is very worrying. Let's listen to Akufo-Addo, and then we will listen to Bawumia thereafter. Before I do that, let me read quickly what Said have put here. It's connected to Japan. I get you, Said. I get you. I know. I get you. I understand. I understand. This world is. I was just reading Said's message. That's why I was quiet. This world is a funny world, isn't it? It's a very funny world, Said. It's a very funny world. Is I'm trying to find word or words to even explain exactly what you've written here. But look, the good news is 2024 is just around the corner. And all of us, every single person, we have to queue up. We need to go and do our national service. Good afternoon to you, Fatia Karim. I hope you well. We have to go and do our national service. If Akufo-Addo was not able to deliver, don't forget that very government that Akufo-Addo did not deliver in, Bawumia has been part of it. Bawumia has been part of that government. He's been part of that cabinet. Efianankiri, very good afternoon to you, Miniaba. I hope you are very well as well. Great to have you here this afternoon. Canada, Japan has sat in cabinet meeting as well. These people haven't been to heaven suddenly, and they've been brought back by spaceship, and God has suddenly kind of given them new brains and new wisdom, new innovative wisdom, that they're going to do something innovatively within 1 year. Look, there is a saying in our language, agrobeswa if an opportunity to these people do not have what it takes. I'm afraid to say that. I respect them, no disrespect to them, but they do not, even if I don't respect them, I don't respect them. But I'm not going to say that, because why? They've disrespected Ghanaians in the first place. The disrespect that the Ghanaians have got from these people, polluted waters, cyanide, what do you call it, mercury in our waters, kidney issues, how many, almost quarter of the population on dialysis. The issues are just colossal. It's just so huge. But yes, though, a president mounts a podium and says, I'm going to spend all my energy to curb NDC. Really? Really, President Akufo-Addo? Good afternoon to you, Amama Gold. Great to have you here. Long time. Really? To curb NDC? Let's listen to the president again.
I've done my best, but I still have one more task to do. And that is, with all my strength, all my energy, to help the new flag bearer, to help Mamadou Bawumia win the election of 2024. Ghana cannot afford the return of the NDC, especially under the leadership of John Dramani Mahama. I've done my best, but I still have one more task to do. And that is, with all my strength, all my energy, to help the new flag bearer, to help Mamadou Bawumia win the election of 2024.
He claims he's done his best. President Akufo-Addo said, I've done my best, but I have one more task to do, to spend my energy to help Mahmoud Bawumia to win the election of 2024. If this is what we've witnessed for the past 7 years, if this is President Akufo-Addo's best, then you can imagine his worst. That is what I could say to Ghanaians. What we've witnessed for 7 years, or almost 7 years, a month to 7 years, by this NPP ineptitude government is the best of President Akufo-Addo. And you heard it from his mouth. We all heard it from the horse's mouth. But I've done my best. So taking us to IMF was President Akufo-Addo's best. Moving our national debt from 120 billion US dollars to over 600 billion US dollars in 7 years is NPP and President Akufo-Addo's best. Taking us back from all the PPAs that we signed on energy to ensure that Ghana have enough energy, and they come in and terminating contracts that we have excess energy. And now Doomsor is back as President Akufo-Addo's best. Debt restructuring is President Akufo-Addo's best. My apologies. Collapsing of the banking sector, which they entitled with the beautiful name Banking Sector Cleanup, is President Akufo-Addo and the NPP best. Planting for food and jobs that we saw nothing of, that Ghanaians were billed crazy amount of money, was President Akufo-Addo and the NPP's best. Your friend is saying, what is the name I'm looking for? There is another one. All the things that were introduced, interventions that were introduced by the NDC, that these people came and destroyed it and collapsed it, is their best. Not even adding one hospital to their name in 7 years is their best. We can go on and on and on. Pensioners, pushing Ghanaians to poverty or to the verge of poverty, is President Akufo-Addo's best. Galamsey, that he couldn't fight, that now Galamsey has become an epidemic in Ghana, is President Akufo-Addo and the NPP's best. Our water bodies being destroyed across Ghana. Across Ghana. People now drinking polluted water. Children being born with limbs missing. Children being born with part of their body not forming properly. Expectant women dying, is President Akufo-Addo and the NPP's best. This is serious. This is serious. So if this is his best, then what is his worst be? And what was Bawumia's worst be as well? Bawumia sat there and said he distanced himself from, he went round from the story. I started working from a farmhouse, to London, Birmingham University, driving minicab in London, and then going to New York and cleaning dormitories and what have you. Bawumia, who was there? None of us were there. None of us saw it. That is your story. You claimed. And believe you me, Bawumia, nobody believes you because we know you have a lying tongue. We know you have a lying tongue. And we've known this for the past 8-9 years on campaign trails, the things that you've said. The things that you've said. When it catches up on you, you go quiet. You disappeared off the radar. Everybody know that you have a lying tongue. And you are very good at lying. But this time around, you are not going to lie your way to the presidency. It's not going to happen. We will not allow Bawumia to lie, Bawumia and his MPP cronies to lie their way to the presidency. Ghanaians will not sit down. We will not be fooled again. Ghanaians will never be fooled again. You lied your way, you and Akufo-Addo, for the first time. The Dokron 2 cities or 1 city, were you able to turn it around? Now we have fivefold, 5 times. The forest issue that you were complaining about, that exchange rate was high, have you been able to turn it around? A city back then was, let's run it up to a dollar back then was 4 cities. Now a dollar is 3 something, but let's run it up to 4 cities. A dollar now is almost 13 cities. There are places that you buy 13 cities. Bawumia, you and your NPP government have lied to Ghanaians. You have stolen from Ghanaians. You have messed up the economy. You have messed up our institutions. You have tampered with things that you were not supposed to tamper as a government. You've damaged the middle class. Who are the swing voters? There is absolutely no way these people are going to vote for you. Absolutely no way. But my worrying is these people always have something under their sleeves. They are going to try and use the EC and the EC chairperson as a tool. If that doesn't work, they can even do what is happening in Volta region now by opening the dam as a spillage just to displace our NDC stronghold. They can do that, but let them try it. That is why I'm so happy when I heard that the Speaker of Parliament has called for a parliamentary inquiry with regards to the spillage to ensure that this doesn't happen again. And they have to hold VRA, Volta River Authority. They have to hold them to account, either Volta River or any other ministry that works with Volta River Authority. Why am I saying that? So that if they know that next year they have to open those waters again, then they need to let government or Ghanaians know way in advance for us to bring election forward, for elections to be done before that. Because there is so many things that these people can do. So many things. They've tried several already, trying to use Ghana cards only as the means of identity for Ghanaians to vote, which didn't work. They could pull Roper. They can bring Roper in last minute which I haven't had any news about that. If that happens, we have to keep an eye, and those Ghanaians in the diaspora, we also have to go, queue up, register, and make sure we vote against these people. We've had enough of their lies. Enough of their lies. And the worst part is Akufo-Addo. For Akufo-Addo to mount a podium and mention Don Dramani Mahame's name and then begin to make statements like, the last thing I've got to do is to use all my energy to help Bawumia to win election, to ensure NDC does not take power, especially John Mahama. Then it is serious. We've got into a point that, look, this election is war, not a war by picking up arms to go and fight, but a war that we have to fight with our might. We have to fight with our minds. We have to fight with everything that breathes within us. We have to fight with our thumbs. We have to fight with our eyes and our ears open. Our eyes and our ears open. Because these people cannot be trusted. They are not willing and ready to leave. You know, sometimes you will get, they have so much courage upon all the mess that they've created. Sometimes you will get a government who messed up, and at the end of it, they will say, look, we know we messed up, forgive us. And they will leave the scene. These people are not ready to leave the scene. We need to chase them off the scene. We need to force them to leave. And that is the only way. And I'm happy because Ghanaians are wiser. Ghanaians can see the differences. They will not buy into those lies again. You've witnessed or you've tasted water and you've tasted alcohol. And now Ghanaians, you can tell the difference. You can tell the difference now. You've tasted both. You've had spring water. You've had sparkling water. You've had alcohol. And you can see the difference. Akufo-Addo, Bawumia, Alan Kyerematen, you name it, Kennedy Japan, they are all cut from the same tree. They are cut from the same tree. Kennedy Japan tried to distance himself as if he wasn't part of the MPP during the campaign. It's a lie. Because he said it himself anyway, that his government has failed. Bawumia has failed. You say you are economist, an economist who has failed, economist who is taking Ghana to IMF, economist, you, Bawumia, sat in opposition and spoke about borrowing when you were in opposition, that we've moved the national debt from $8 billion to $120 billion. Now you've moved it above $600 billion in 7 years. In 7 years, who should sing praises to you? And the excuse, the COVID, the Russia-Ukraine. Very soon they will add the Middle East, the Israel and Gaza war. They will add that to it very soon. Very soon they will do that. Please keep your comment coming in and all the comments will be read. Thank you for all the tags. I'm my God. God bless you. No, we are not falling for it. No Ghanaians will fall for it. The only people who will fall for it will be the core NPPs. With them, there's nothing you can do about them. The core MPPs are the ones who will fall for it. You take the core MPPs out, nobody will fall for these lies. Enough of these lies have been told. This is election that we are going to put Bawumia, 2024 election. We're going to put Bawumia here. We put John Dramani Mahama here. And then we compare and contrast. And now their argument that, oh, you can't because Mahama has been president before and Bawumia wasn't a president. He was only a vice president. Excuse me, President Akufo-Addo said it. He mounted a platform, podium, and said it, that he's brought Bawumia into government because of his experience on economic management. Bawumia himself have taken credit on some of the things when the economy, they think it was they are doing and was thriving, which wasn't even they are doing. Well, the economy thrived in the first 2 years of their reign because of the discipline that NDC had and left money and left certain things for them as a platform for them to come and just thrive on. That was why the economy was thriving. Thereafter, what was their economic plan? Their economic plan was to float Ghanaian bonds in the Eurobond market and try and get people hooked up on it, oversubscribed, them getting more money. And where did those monies go? Nobody would know where the money went. All those monies, you don't even know where those money went. We don't, as Ghanaians. You have 3 oil wells. 3 oil wells bringing in a revenue 3 times what the NDC had. This is worrying. Welcome, Johnny Wu. Johnny Wu says they have already added the Israel-Gaza war to their failure. Oh, have they? I'm not surprised because I was just waiting for that. That I knew that would definitely be added on. And then when you speak about the reason why the NDC also during their tenure went to IMF, they will say to you, oh, they went to IMF because nothing was happening, because something was happening. Have we all forgotten about credit crunch? The credit crunch, have we forgotten about credit crunch? That crippled majority of investment banks and even banks around the world. It started from the subprime market back then in the United States, where banks started being greedy and they got hooked on the subprime market. And when the issue started in the United States, it spilled over into Europe, and then that's it. It spread around the world, so that the whole financial institutions around the world became so tight. You couldn't do business with them. Banks collapsed. Have we forgotten about that? Even Barclays nearly went under. We had banks like Royal Bank of Scotland, which Lloyds, TSB, and what have you, came under. They nearly went under. They nearly went under. Some of these banks has to then be bought. We had Northern Rock. How many of you remember Northern Rock? It was one of our biggest mortgage banks in United Kingdom. Northern Rock went under. So many of these banks went under. In the United States as well, same thing. So many. So these also impacted the NDC during the credit crunch. Yes, it wasn't pandemic, but it was a pandemic through the financial sector. It wasn't a pandemic that we had to stay at home, that we couldn't go to work. We were going to work, but people were losing their mortgages. And banks were just shutting their doors. So it was a pandemic. The credit crunch was a pandemic through the financial sector. And we forget about that. So when we speak about, oh, we have the credit crunch as well, which was an issue, they say, oh, don't mention that. Why should we not mention that? This is NPP who used all this against the NDC and John Dramani Mohammed's government. Even issues that were inherited, like Dumso, was propagated as he brought Dumso. Or no, did Dumso by a Dumso. It's a Dumso sandwich that you could go to the shop and bring it. Or it's a Dumso ilak that you walk to the heart of government or to the seat of government, and then it follows you there. No, because Dumso was inherited. Dumso was inherited. When Dumso started, if something was done about it earlier, we wouldn't have been where we were when John Dramani Mahama took office. But nothing was done about it. Or so little actually was done, because they did something, but it was so little. And John Dramani Mahama promised Ghanaians, he said, I will solve Dumso, and he did it. Yes, people can argue that, he resolved these, so those PPAs were expensive. That is another thing. If you need emergency power, you have to pay a premium for it because it was emergency. They were short-term, temporary measures. There is only one visionary leader, and that is John Dramani Mahama. He is the flag bearer of the NDC, and he's the only one who can lead Ghana from the very troubles, the woes that these people have put us in. If you want Ghana to be picked up from the hole that is these people have dug and left Ghana in, and make Ghana dirty, then the only person to vote will be John Mahama. If you dare make a mistake, we've made this mistake twice already, nearly 8 years, and you follow their rhetorics and you follow their sweet talk, they will lead you to even a more severe ditch. The NPP. The NPP will lead you into even a more severe pitch. They cannot dig you out from where they've left you now. Ghanaians, we need to note this. The NPP cannot dig Ghana out from where they've left Ghana now. Because if they know how to dig Ghana out, they wouldn't wait to win next 4 term again to break the 8 as they claim. They will start digging Ghana out now for them to even look good and better and attractive to Ghanaians. Good and better and attractive to Ghanaians. The NPP, now being led by Bawumia, and have all his backing from Akufo-Addo and you name it, all these people can do the point. These people do not have any magic wand that they're going to sprinkle or they're going to just turn around for Ghana to turn. So please do not listen to them. Do not listen to them. They don't have what it takes. We need to go out there and send the signal very clear to NPP coming 2024 with massive mandate to NDC and John Dramani Mahama. Just to show these people that we haven't forgotten where you've put us as a country. We haven't forgotten the damage you've done to us as a country. We haven't forgotten the things that you've inflicted on this country. John Dramani Mahama and the NDC is the answer. It's the answer. I understand many of you NPPs are disappointed NPPs. We are not asking you that leave NPP and come and join NDC. But let's understand that those disappointed NPPs, you are welcome 2024 to vote your own party out. That is what will make you a patriotic citizen. If your party is not delivering, have the courage to vote your party out. And that is the new Ghana we're talking about. If the NDC comes and they don't deliver in the 4 years, they don't keep their promises, we vote them out. And what are their promises? It's simple. Their promises, JDM promises, are very simple. First, to make sure that the limited space that we find ourselves in, we will dig ourselves out first. To make sure that institutions work independently. To make sure that, I'll read that message, very, very good message. To make sure that institutions work independently. To make sure that he's not going to start any new projects. All these, he's going to go back on all these abandoned projects and complete them. To make sure that we work within our limited space, to make sure that we hold each other as Ghanaians, and then make sure that we bring our borrowing down, to make sure that investigation is looked into the banking sector cleanup, that these people laboring nicely and collapse certain banks. If those banks needs to be resurrected, we resurrect those banks back on their feet. Why? Because now the world works on what is called trickle-down economy. President Akufo-Addo, he spoke about the Godisberg economy, that it doesn't work for Ghana. The question is, if you say something doesn't work for Ghana, then you need to replace it. You need to have something that you are going to replace it with, right? The man only talks the talk, he doesn't walk the walk. He had nothing to replace that Godisberg economy. He labeled nothing. It's a system. He had nothing. Why? Because you've copied their template of democracy. You've copied their template of economy. If you think it doesn't work for you, what do? You use the same template, but you tweak it in your favor. But he started giving big speeches. Ghana Beyond Aid, told President Macron, told other African leaders, the whole of Africa, they were applauding for him. They were all just talk. American will say talk is cheap. A British will say it's easier said than done. It was so easy for him to say. Like yesterday or a day before yesterday, he talking about the NDC and John Dramani Mahama. Talk, very cheap talk. And we all know President Akufo-Addo is very good at rhetoric. When he was in opposition, same thing. Now we know he's empty. We know Bawumia is empty. Digital that. Bawumia could not even put his name in his speech. One thing that he's done for Ghana in his acceptance speech or victory speech, he couldn't do it. He tried to distance himself. But Bawumia, whether you try to distance yourself or not, the people of Ghana know you are part of this mess. Your name is being mentioned that you were sent to India. You were sent to India, beginning of this, that go and break a deal and come. And the deal that you went and did there was a very messy deal. The detail will come out. The detail will come out. We are just buying time. We are just buying time. Amama Go say it's a communal national service to kick the NPP out come December 2024. We can't afford to keep this cattle in power beyond 2024. If we dare, we must forget about our dear nation as we know it. NPP, hashtag NPP must go. Absolutely. Absolutely. I can't agree more. Johnny Wu said, I just left Ghana 3 weeks ago and the country is going downhill. Nothing is working in the country. You heard it yourself. The country has not just stagnated. The country has gone back 10 years. That is what these people have done to the country. The country has gone back 10 years. They've enriched themselves. Enriched themselves. From the petroleum to gold mines to now they're talking even about lithium. Why are they rushing into this lithium contract? The Awoya lithium project in Western region. Why is MPP government rushing into that lithium project if you've got a year to go? Why things are not even done properly? We don't have regulation properly. Why are we rushing into that Awoya lithium project in Western region? Because they want money quick out of it. They want money that they cannot account for again. Quick out of it. You've added e-levy to Ghanaians. All these woes, you still stand there and said, I've done my best. Your best is terrible, President Akufo-Addo. If this is your best, then anybody can do that. Anybody can walk from the street to come and do exactly what you did or what you are doing because you're still on it, doing it. You call this your best? Shameful. Very shameful. Very shameful. Very, very shameful. Good afternoon to you, Manny Nimani. Very shameful. You need to cover your head in shame. And I'm not sure, I couldn't load that. And I'll put it on my page. I think it's actually on my page already. Those of you can refer to it and have a look. Look at Kennedy Japan communication team. Kennedy Japan's communication team. The communication team. Their message. Honorable Ken Ohene Ejapon, a heartfelt appreciation to all. Their message. And anybody who have seen that message, look at the bottom of the message. Let me read the last two paragraphs. It says, to those who might not be let down, to those who might be let down by the result, Honorable Kennedy Ohene Ejapon wishes to lift their spirit by reminding them that we made history together and must rather ask in the solace that we sent a clear and unforgettable message to the party. Now listen to this part. This is the part I want you to listen to. God bless you all, and God bless your homeland Ghana. Your homeland Ghana. They've taken themselves out of it. Not God bless our homeland Ghana. They sign off with God bless you all and God bless your homeland Ghana. What a crazy ending. And now Canada Japan will read through this and say, it's fine, let it go. Why? Because all his children hold American passport. Canada Japan himself wants to be a president just to enrich himself more and more and more. And thereafter, will you see him in Ghana? No. These are people, we should not give them any opportunity for them to be president because they don't have what it takes to be. They are only there to enrich themselves, to better themselves, better their families, better their children and grandchildren and what have you. That is all. Look at Akufo-Addo's children. Akufo-Addo's children had no track record anywhere of working. They talk about Airbus scandal. There was a scandal the very first few months that Akufo-Addo became a president. The daughter, Jankroma, Akufo-Addo's daughter, Jankroma, and I will deal with that scandal even because it's something that came out. So but I'll remind Ghanaians, the daughter Jankroma was in London, wanted to purchase a 3 million or 4 million house. 3 million or 4 million house. Then the alarm bells went off. She was asked few questions and then she disappeared. It was in the newspaper, UK newspaper. If I Google it right now, it will come up for me to read it to you. United Kingdom newspaper. They have now they can open in Sumunam restaurant for 3 million and 4 million US dollars. They can go and do a silly art on the wall. That my daughter in year 4 can even do those art on the wall and then claim big money. We are doomed though, Ghanaians. We are sounding the alarm. We are sounding the alarm, and we are sounding it early enough. Early enough. As I'm about to end, I just want to remind every single Ghanaian that John Dramani Mahama and the NDC, or part of his team in the NDC, are going to tour Ghana. So look out for the JDM coach or bus near you. He's coming to tour Ghana to tell you why you should have trust in him and you should elect him as your president coming 2024. He's going to tell you. Exemplary leader. A leader who does not boast. A leader who is not arrogant. A leader who empathizes. A leader who understands your situation. A leader who will not come and just collapse businesses. A leader who listens. His boss, his coach is coming near you. It's coming near you. The JDM tour is happening. The NDC and John Dramani Mahama coach and buses, they are coming near you. So look out for them. If you have any questions on that day, please try and get closer and speak to them. They are coming near you. They are not going to sit in their high horses in Accra. They are coming near you. They are coming to your locality. It doesn't matter where you are in Ghana. So look out for them and you'll be seeing them soon. God bless you all this afternoon for being here. I'm going to sign off. Mani. God bless you. Amama Go, thanks for being here. Johnny Woods, thanks for being here. Saeed Adam, thanks for being here. Efiana Alchiri, Minya, thanks for being here. Abosi Aites Esreku, thank you for also being here this afternoon. And who else was here? I'm just trying to go through quickly. Just trying to run through quickly. Yes, I think there were other people here, but not everybody commented. Those of you who couldn't comment, I couldn't see your names to read out. So next time, please comment. Also, please follow the Hit Africa TV channel on YouTube and also on Facebook. And please, there will be so many programs from this time all the way to December 2024. It is going to be packed with different presenters talking about the good things that the NDC is going to do coming 2024. Some of their policies that JDM will go as he goes on his tour. These are some of the things that he will announce. We will also come here and maybe explain some of these policies better. Better in terms of going down to the level of our uncles and our fathers who might not able to understand it. We are going to do that. We are actually going to do that. We're going to work with the team in Ghana. We will work with the team here. We will work with families back home. We will work with everywhere we will be, because we will not take these people for granted. We will not take these people for granted. Ghanaians, you've done very well. Thankfully, 2024, we only got a year more to go. Tighten your seatbelt and have JDM in mind. It will happen. He is the answer to the woes, the affliction that you've gone through. He is the answer. God bless Ghana. God bless the NDC. God bless John Dramani Mahama. God bless you all. Bye now.